Good morning everybody. So here we are, day 5, heavy snow all night. We were debating this morning whether to just hang fire and not do it, or to go out, get some mile under our belt. We found there's a place we can camp at 6 mile if we get stuck, so we're going to aim for that. But the possibility is we might have to camp in the snow tonight, which is not what I signed up for yet. We expected it further down the trail, just not in the desert part. But unfortunately we've lost one of our team this morning. She's had to move on back home, she's back at work, so she's gone back to teaching. 4 have set off and the 6 of us are on our way. So it's a snowy day. It's not as cold as yesterday I don't think, but we are wrapped up a lot better because we're expecting it. So let's just see how today goes. So I'll keep you informed. And there's the Joe in front, as always. So yeah, we'll speak to you short. So day 5, we're about 2 miles in and we've just come to what looks like a fantastic viewpoint. So we're going to come out and have a look at that and see how it looks. And we're not disappointed. Wow.
No snow?
Look at that. And what's really promising is about an hour down the trail, it really looks like there's no snow. So we're about to get out of the snow.
What even is that?
That's like,
Come and enjoy the view.
you gotta come look at this.
It's hardcore desert.
Yeah, that's desert. I've driven through this.
Oh, that's giving me goosebumps.
That is the nicest view so far, that, isn't it?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
That has just made it all worthwhile.
Oh, my goodness.
And to think we debated not whether to leave camp today or not. That is...
The camera doesn't really pick up.
Hello again, everyone. Yeah, so I hope that viewpoint was as good as it looked to us on the camera. I don't think they ever do. The first thing you always say is it just doesn't do justice. So hopefully give you an idea of what we're walking in. So a lot of the reason why I was so out of breath today is we're actually at 6,000 feet. So just put it into context. I think I might be wrong, but so just correct me. But I think Ben Nevis is about 4,500 feet or 4,000 feet. So we're kind of walking on a height of Ben Nevis and a half. So me and obviously Joe aren't what used to be at this sort of height walking. Joe's got asthma, so it's certainly taken out of us a bit more today. You just feel like you can't get enough oxygen in your lungs. But on top of that, it's such a beautiful view from up here, and the air is so clear, and because of the snow being about, it's really nice and fresh as well. So yeah, great day today. Just taking it day by day, step by step. We've just been told, like I said earlier on, that the snow's clearing in about a mile, so back to the normal PCT tracking. Up our mile per hour. Great news. Catch up with you later.
Oh. No, you did that on purpose to block him.
I did not.
I'm gonna drop my pack.
You're gonna have a minute.
Yeah, I had to drop my pack. I'm gonna drop it.
Hello everyone. 4 mile in and our old friend's back. Hello Mr. Snow. Just when we thought we were getting out of it and we're getting teased by where we're going. Hello everybody, welcome back to Restless Legs Adventures. So Day 5 still. We're about 7 mile in. We did think we were just going to do 6 mile because the weather was so bad. We got to the 6 mile campsite and thought it's only 1:30. We'd have to sit about for the rest of the day in a tent, wondering where we could have got to. So we've decided to push on to get to, I think it's 11 mile. So we're going to try and push on for that now. Just get us a bit further along the trail and get us just that little bit further past the snow. So as you can see, we're snow free. Just literally come out of the snow. And it's a bit wet and sludgy, but we can live with that. But we've got such a beautiful mist coming up over the tops, just to our right hand side. It looks like we're walking alongside a volcano. I'm hoping when I get around this corner it'll give you a really good angle of what we're seeing. Yeah, it's just so dramatic. It is making it a bit more difficult underfoot today because of obviously the snow melt is leaving a slip and slide. But this is just incredible. Just to see this, it's just amazing. But at the same time, what's not so amazing is this is what the snow leaves behind. Just like being back in the UK. So yeah, 4 miles left to camp, 2 hours, rest day, nice and chill. We're all feeling quite fresh after a good night's sleep and everything last night, staying in a lodge rather than a tent.
See if you can tell by the way I'm walking what mile of the day it is.
What mile is it, Joe? What we on?
We're on about 11, aren't we?
Yeah, about 10 and a half, 11 mile.
Day 5.
Day 5, March the 16th. Happy days. Not far from our camp for the night. So hey everyone. So look a bit different at the moment. Look like some sort of Teletubby meets Ninja. We're about to enter our camp for the night. About half a mile away if that. So it's been quite a challenge again today toward the end. The snow came out again. But on top of that we had a lot of ice melt, so we've had really slippy slidey surface. This looks like some sort of bobsleigh sled track. It's really greasy and slippy underfoot. And just a top layer of snow now starting to form on top, so it is getting really slippy. But the end of the day is in sight.
Oh man. I'm trying to think of the best order to get here. Dry. But it's not raining.
Yeah. Now the tent's up.
But it is fun. Exactly, just waiting for us to get done.
This is the PCT. You go from a cabin one night to camping in the snow.
Not the best.
With a tree right opposite your tent that looks like it's about to fall down. And you put your tent up in the snow, you get your tent up and it stops. Brilliant. Good morning, day 5, and today we start the day with Joel getting warning, caution, non-potable water, do not drink. Joe doesn't listen to the rules. Joe makes the rules. the Great Wall of day 5.
Wow.
It's just amazing. So we've only been hiking about half a mile on day 5 and already the views are just spectacular. I'm just gonna, we're walking alongside some giant cliff face. It's just looking off at the edge of the world in a sense. Hope it says it is today will be a good day. We're aiming for 11 miles today, and then 11 miles tomorrow, maybe at the first big stop of Julian, where we're going to have a Nero. So a Nero is when you have like a half day off, not a full day off, and a zero is when you do 0 miles and have a zero no day. So looking forward to our first Nero, put our feet up, but that'll be Sunday. So yeah, but in the meantime, this is just phenomenal. Just so lucky to be out in this. This is a really cool spot. It's one of them strange ones where it's full of sadness, but also you can feel the joy from the people that come to see the people that
That's really what
visit,
I
isn't it?
like that, yeah.
It's
Yeah. But it seems to be some kind of like biker.
yeah, because the main highway is
You
that.
can see, like, you can see this road.
Yeah.
Iron Mike Hoover. A lot of military stuff too, super fun.
It's a beautiful place to remember your friends though, isn't it, if you're going?
Yeah.
It's doing wonders. I think it's the 16th of March today. Just going to check the time, sorry. I should have done that first. Preparation is key. So the time is 11:15. We've noticed that we've tried to upload 2 videos to YouTube just to get you going, day 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but it's nigh on impossible really with the 4G and 5G you're getting out here. As you can imagine, it's just pretty basic. Messaging and texting is fine, but anything like sending a short video via WhatsApp or Messenger is just taking forever. And I tried to upload a YouTube video the other day and it said it was going to take 7 hours for a 20-minute video, so we just scrapped that. I think that probably was up like a week's worth of my data out here. So on that, I've got rid of my UK SIM card. Joe's still using her. She got an international deal, so she stayed with it, and she's on American T-Mobile now, but using her original British contract. I've signed up to AT&T when I got over here, which was kind of useful that I've now got a USA phone number and SIM card, so making calls is quite cheap for us. And where Joe doesn't get signal, I tend to get it. But what it has meant is, like I say, it's really slow uploading things. So by the time you're seeing this is probably going to be uploaded at the same time as the other 2 videos from the week. So we probably have a week's worth of videos about to come up. So just be a little bit patient with us. We are trying to get them on. So far we've managed to have a few town stops, a few different stops along the way. I realise I've not really gone into much detail on all that, so I thought I might go into it a little bit now. There's 2 types of tent stop you do on the trail. You have a campsite, which is everything like the traditional version of a campsite you have when you go on holiday with your family and things. So you'll have a pitch, some restrooms, showers. Over here you get like a fire pit. You probably get somewhere where you can get some food or water anywhere. The other tent stop you'll get is a tent site. That'll just be somewhere along the trail someone's recommended, where you can have a flat bit of land, you can put your tent. Normally get 4 or 5 tents in that space at least, and it'll probably have some sort of water source, whether it be a tap, creek, river, something along those lines. And then your next type is where you don't use your tent, and that'll be a town stop. So a town stop will be what we did a couple of days ago. A few of us will chip in, get an accommodation, nothing fancy, probably the cheapest you can get. It allows us to get a shower, dry our tent, possibly hand wash some of our clothes, get a hot meal, but not have to faff about in the morning, packing your tent up, spending 40 minutes, 50 minutes putting everything away, and then, oh, I'm out of breath. It's a sneaky hill. Whew. The other type is a town stop, and our first one will be in Julian on Sunday, so today's Saturday, so hopefully tomorrow. That'll be, you try and get in as early as you can, get breakfast or an early lunch, go at the laundrette, give your clothes a proper wash, get yourself a nice accommodation so you can have a proper shower, good clean, lay on a bed, just take the weight off your feet for a day. On the night you'll probably go out for a meal, meet up with everyone nearby, have a few beers, and then the next morning you head out early, but not ridiculously early, so could be about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and move on from there. But again, it just means you don't have to pack your tent up. You're feeling really clean, your clothes are back washed, everything's feeling fresh and ready to go again. So they're kind of the stops we do along the way. I'll speak to Jo later on camera, but Jo got a trail name today, so she's happy. Well, semi-happy. It's not the greatest trail name for a blesser, but we'll do that together on camera. But yeah, day 5, lunchtime coming up. Nice stop. Still a bit of snow on the ground, but it's certainly warmed up. Some amazing rocks. Something I never thought I'd hear myself say. It's a lovely part of the trail. I just love how the environment and things just keep changing as you're walking. Like, you can be on the edge of a cliff 1 minute, and then the next minute you're sort of looking at giant rocks. Sort of cool. It's just amazing.
How much protein is in that, and how many calories is that? It's like what, 250 calories? Okay, that's good.
And probably no protein. 8 grams of protein.
Yeah, so there's one that's like 500 and like 20 grams. I didn't get it.
Hello everybody. I hope you can hear me okay with this slight breeze. It doesn't seem too bad, I think. So we're still on day 5. We are aiming for about a 12 or 13 mile day today. It'll set us up nicely for Julian in the morning. Probably about a 6 or 7 miler tomorrow. Get into Julian, have the rest of the day in one of the bigger towns, have a proper rest. Into town, get some hot food, might have a beer or two, then save ourselves for, I think it's 2 days later, so probably Tuesday. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was something like Rancho Cucamonga or something. I'm going to stay. I've got 5 miles left today. It is still really early. We should get to camp for about 5 o'clock. But it's just been a stunning day in terms of views. Currently walking on just like a bit of an overgrown path. On our right hand side you can still see a lot of the mountains. Also the floor today is something you never expected to talk about, but it's just been so much nicer underfoot. There's a few rocks about and pebbles, but in general it's nice and soft and compact, so my little toes been giving me a bit of grief yesterday. I had a look at it last night and it looks like it's called a heat spot, which is kind of a warning for a blister. So I've been trying to medicate that, but this has just been fantastic for it today. Just letting it heal a bit. Joe's legs are starting to ache a bit more as well. I think, unfortunately, the rest of the group walk at an average of say 3 miles per hour to 2.5 miles per hour minimum. I think Joe, with all the will in the world, with her little legs, is about 2 miles an hour at best. So she's really trying to keep up, but she's struggling. So we've told the group to go on today and we'll meet them at camp tonight. It's just not fair, and they're trying to push all the time and she's going to end up injured. So yeah, I think anybody doing this after us, my advice for, if you're not someone who hikes every day or long miles or used to this terrain, I think you want to stick to 10 to 12 miles to start with, at about 2 to 2.2 miles an hour. I think that'll keep you going, risk free of injury, especially for us being up this sort of height, where it's probably about 5,000 feet. There's just nowhere in the UK where you walk that high. With Joe's asthma, it's just plain torture on her really. So she's trying her best, but we've just got to be sensible and hike with your head, not with your heart all the time. So it's kind of the rule of thumb for today. Take it easy, get to camp, put our feet up, have a nice sleep. On another note, I've made it my mission with the group to try as many American snacks as I can on the way, which probably doesn't surprise a lot of people who know me at home, but I love a snack. So the group are going to point out some of what we've decided is the best of the worst American snacks. So none of your upmarket luxury stuff. We're talking petrol station, bottom of the barrel, healthy as you can imagine, snacks along the way. And because I've said I wanted to try that, it's got me the trail name Snacks with an X, so SNAX. So it turns out my trail name now is going to be Snacks. Joe's also got a trail name, but I think it's only right that I'll let her tell you that one later on. So yeah, fully immersed in the PCT experience. Welcome back everybody. So we're still hiking away. Little Joe's in front, just trying to slalom down the hill. We've got a rare opportunity where we're going downhill, which normally would be lovely, but the track is just awful. It's just like loose gravel and stones, and it's just not nice at all to walk on. Yeah, and the worst part is, like, it's the end of the day, we've got a mile left to camp for the night, and we looked earlier and it was like downhill, and we thought, oh, that'd be nice. Nope. And I think Joe's shoes are struggling a little bit because she doesn't have is it a rock plate? Yeah. She doesn't have a rock plate in the bottom of her shoes. So whereas I've got a rock plate, so it's like a thin piece of metal. It just makes it a little bit more bearable walking on all these loose chip-ins really. Joe doesn't have that, so her feet are getting really sore toward the end of the day. But we go marching on together. Yeah. We're nearly the end. I'm gonna try.
Big G, I'm looking after him.
And Joe said to Big G, she's looking after me. I'm trying to look after her, but to be fair, everybody who knows outside of this knows that doesn't work. It's the other way around.
Well, tell them about my new trail name.
Also, I've already mentioned my trail name. So would you like me to tell them, George, you want to? Let's have a little second. Come and tell us about it with a little backdrop. Oh, she's just fell in a brush.
My trail name is Failure to Launch, and that's twofold. Mainly because Dean's been trying to teach me how to do snot rockets. I always blow my nose. I like having clear nasal. But so we don't have the luxury of carrying toilet paper or tissues for blowing our noses. So a snot rocket is like one of them things. And I've had to be practicing, and I'm not very good at it, and I just end up covered in snot. I've probably got it. Oh no, I've got the bottom of trousers on. So but yeah, I just end up looking like I've been had a cuddle with Slimer out of Ghostbusters. So my rockets don't really take off, and also I'm always at the back and slow. But on that note, I'm going to move because my feet are hurting.
Yeah. So day 5, and we've both got our first names. It's day 6. Oh yeah, I think I've been saying day 5 all day. So that happens on the trail quite a lot, to be fair. The biggest thing we've noticed is we never ever have a clue what day it is. We have to look at the front of our phones or something just to figure out what day it is. So if I've been saying day 5 all the time, then I apologise. But yeah, last mile for the day. I think tonight there'll only be me enjoying our little camp. I think we're going to camp probably, we think about a mile, maybe 2 miles behind everybody else. Everybody's in a bit of a scramble to get to Julian tomorrow. We're not in as big a rush. So we're going to camp a little bit short, have a Saturday night date night, and we might spoil ourselves to a peppermint tea.
Oh yeah.
So that's how crazy it is on the trail.
Yes.
So again, thanks for watching everyone. We are going to get the videos uploaded. So this is the disappointing part of hiking PCT. So this is our campsite for the night. Looks like a really good spot to camp. It's just started raining, which is typical. It's been dry all day till we go put our tent up. But even worse than that, that there is our river, our water source. So that's completely dried up. So I'm gonna go and do a little bit of a walkabout and see if I can find some. Joe's a little bit behind me. So I'm gonna have to go and see if I can salvage some water. Hello everyone. So like I said on the last video, we had a bit of a problem because the creek was dry, which seems quite ironic now because not long after that it started absolutely pouring down. So we've had to put our tent up in the rain. But that's not the worst part. As you can see, poor little sodden Joe. The door on our tent zip broke as we were putting it together.
No, this morning.
This morning as we were taking it down with the ice. And the zip came off the runner, so we didn't have a zip at one side. So in the pouring down rain, we've had to try and improvise a shelter. So we got one side fine, but as you can see, our tent's just soaked through.
And it's cold. It's not what. It's not like you would imagine the desert to be hot. It's cold.
It's a really cold.
I think it's about 8 or 10 degrees, I would guess.
Yeah.
Degrees C. So this has the potential to be quite a serious situation.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is get out of our clothes as quick as we can because we're wet and get into some dry clothes, but we're going to have to dry the floor in the tent, get our blue mats down, which are actually going to be probably a lifesaver, keeping us off the ground, to get our air mattress on top of that, get our sleeping bags and just get in it, wake up early in the morning and get to town. It's 10, 11 mile.
Something like that, but then we need to hitch as well. It's our first hitchhike.
Yeah, so we need to hitchhike tomorrow.
So looking presentable was really important.
Yeah, so a bit of a disaster to finish the day. We've had to sort of, as you can see, we've had to sort of tie the door open but to a nearby bit of tree just to hold it away from the rain. So yeah, it's not all glamorous on the PCT.
Now, for the record, I want you to repeat after me, Dean.
Yes.
I will not force zips on tents.
Yeah, so the tent was, because it was frozen, there was ice on it. I thought it was just the ice that was stopping the zip, so I tried to give it a bit of a gentle persuasion, which pulled the zip off, and I hoped it'd just go back on, but it doesn't. And then all day today it's been lovely and sunny and warm, and then just as we go to camp it starts raining, which is typical. So we've learnt a big lesson.
We should have checked our kit today when we thought there was a problem. I think the problem is you pack up camp and then you forget, you know, and you start enjoying the day, and like today we've sat in the sunshine and you forget that you've got a problem with your tent, and then so yeah, there's lots of lessons to be learned. And we keep saying this as well, like we've not done this before to this extreme, and we need to learn from things because you can only make these mistakes once at most.
Yeah, definitely. So on that note, wish you a soggy good night, and we'll see you hopefully in the morning. If you don't hear from us again, this is probably why. Bye for now.
I got a case